Tonight, the league and all of us here at 2K Sports celebrate Noche Latina, an opportunity to spotlight the amazing Latin culture in the NBA and its global fan base. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. It's the Chicago Bulls facing the New York Knicks. And the starting group for Chicago. We've got Jason Tatum. Johnson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Duncan in at the power forward position.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
So it's Chicago now. After the basket by New York on the other end. Jokic. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Such a threat to score. Jokic taking advantage of the defense, being a little overzealous that time.
And he sinks the second. Here's West. Over to the left wing. Here's Malone. Chicago with a rebound. First quarter of play, a minute in. From 15 feet away. And it's Irving missing. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Knicks. Here he goes. It's good.
And the ball handling of Antetokounmpo, my goodness, really unreal. For a guy his size, his dribbling is ridiculous.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We discussed just how difficult Jason Tatum is to guard and what he wants his team to do against him, and Coach told me he's a very talented and polished player. I told our guys to stay in front of him, don't fall for the pump fakes, play smart and under control. It's easier said than done, but we'll see if they're up to the task. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Here's Malone. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, he's such a load to deal with inside because Malone's intensity and relentlessness down there makes defenses almost have to foul it.
First free throw is good.
You know, Moses Malone is a true two-way player. He's an outstanding talent on both ends of the floor, able to score in dominating fashion, and really a ferocious rebounder.
Good on both.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
Johnson with it. Pass to Jokic. From 6 feet away. The rebound by Malone.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
Here's Pippen. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded by Irving. 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Johnson passes to Tatum. Money on the 19-footer.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
Pass to Malone. Here's Ewing, and the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Boy, I like the fact that's intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be in their face all night long.
Here's West. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Johnson. West. And the Knicks miss again.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Duncan, and here's Jokic. On the wing, Tatum. Jokic, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. The Knicks with the rebound. Fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And you know, some games you're plagued by false starts and slow momentum. You could tell they were getting frustrated.
And you know what? Even though it was a frustrating night shooting the ball, they found a way to get it done and pulled it out. And a win's a win, and that ultimately is all that matters.
And the Bulls call time here. Duncan, the pass to Tatum. Outside Johnson. Here's Duncan. Back to Johnson. Here's Jokic. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
You know, for Jokic, his consistency at the line goes back to his rookie season. He's always shot above 80% on his free throws. That's remarkable for a guy of his size.
The Bulls making a switch here. Parker's checked in. And it's Paul with the ball for New York. Pass to Malone. Over Jokic. Malone can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 5. Inside. And Irving powers it home.
The doctor is in. What a display of those trademark dunking abilities. Quite unique, Julius Irving.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and banks it in.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Parker against Paul. There's a screen. That shot's good by Parker.
Taking the contact, still able to score. Tony Parker, impressive work there.
Paul passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Malone. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
Down low. Here's Jokic. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Baylor. Still no points. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Paul against Parker. Shoots over Paul. Parker, no good. New York leading by 5. Antetokounmpo outside. Paul taking his time here. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, that's just an assertive play by Giannis against tough defense, drawing the foul and still getting the shot off.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. He hits the 2nd from the line. There's 14 seconds left to play in the 1st. Now here's Edwards. And again, no good by Chicago. Good if it goes. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. All right, we'll get. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And so in the game for the Bulls, they've got Johnson, Jason Tatum out there with Nikola Jokic, and it's Duncan in at the power forward position. Here's Pippen. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Tatum. Pippen, no good. Outside Johnson. It's stolen. Here's Pippen, hounded by Tatum. Pass to West. Here's Malone. Antetokounmpo, right side. And the layup is good off the glass. Antetokounmpo has got 7 points.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Left side Tatum. Rebounded by Pippen.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. And now it's an 11-point New York lead.
Boy, Jerry West's shooting mechanics, flawless. I mean, the way he squares up, elbow tucked in under the ball, the follow-through, a very repeatable, efficient motion.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now Jokic. Picked it. Here's West. Pass to Malone. Here's Pippen. Here's West. Misses the three.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Johnson on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And he can't bank that one in.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Here's Pippen. He's got 5. And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Irving. Here's Johnson. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to West. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Bulls trail by 11. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Well, Magic is simply that good and that smooth. Even while being fouled, he gets it up and down.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Here's West. Pass to Pippen. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Johnson. Now here's Jokic. He's closely guarded. Outside Tatum. He got a piece of it. Pass to West. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's his first trip to the line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, in your opinion, how does social media affect the game?
Monumental ways. One, I think the most direct way is that it keeps fans connected to players, and players have the option as to how they're going to engage with their fans directly, player to fan, without any middle person. And that is valuable both ways, except when the narrative turns negative. That's the other side of the coin. And when you say things publicly on social media platforms, it's impossible to retract them. You might be able to erase them, but they're still out there in the stratosphere.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Here's Dumars. Chops in the layup for 2. Dumars has got his first bucket in this one.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you'd never understand. EA?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. Off the mark there with a 3.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Robinson, a screen on Paul. Parker outside. Pass to Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, you can just tell the guys on his team look up to Robinson out on the floor. I mean, he's got such leadership qualities, and that's exactly what you want from your best player, a guy who can really galvanize the troops because they respect him so much.
This is how you stay in the game. They're doing a beautiful job from the line, 100% this quarter.
Here's a three from Paul. The rebound by Embiid. Bulls trail by 10. Pass to Parker. To the paint. Here's Robinson. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, I like the interior game of Robinson. He really does a nice job with getting deep position and then going to work.
Here's a three from Paul. Knocks down the long J. Paul's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
And they're winning and playing with great confidence, but they need to be more efficient with those three-pointers.
Yeah, and the perimeter shots, though, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
15 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Dumars. To the inside, Camby. Good work defensively by Robinson. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Back to the game after this break.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action short.
Looking at the Bulls, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the New York Knicks.
The defensive effort.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. What a contribution.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Malone in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Pippen. He's guarded by Irving.
There's no let-up in Malone's attack. He is relentless, which makes defenses nervous.
New York shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw is good. Bulls trail by 10. Tatum looking it over from the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Here's Pippen. Off target from outside. Pippen's gone 1 for 4 from distance. Johnson passes to Duncan. Outside Tatum. Jokic the screen. Shot clock at 5. And too long on the shot.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Pippen, no good.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Right side Tatum. The Bulls with another miss.
Bad offense to begin the second half. 4 misses right off the bat.
Out to the wing. Here's Malone. He's got 5. New York again can't hit.
great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Jokic. Puts it up from 12. And it's New York with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Malone. Throws it up high. Oh, Giannis picking it out of the sky.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Outside Johnson. Outside Tatum. Back to Johnson. Pass to Duncan. Now here's Tatum. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Here's Ewing, covered by Jokic. From the right block. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Ewing's got his first points of the game.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Tatum passes to Johnson. Tatum with a screen. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And that one's good. Irving. Knicks leading by 12. Pass to Pippen. Here's the pick. A deep three. And it's Irving with a rebound. Pippen's gone 2 of 7, struggling a bit. The shot by Johnson, no good. And New York has possession. Here's Malone, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
He's so aggressive and confident inside. It's a real challenge trying to keep Malone out of the paint.
Outside Johnson. Banked it in off the glass. Johnson's got 5 now.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. A new lineup here for New York. Some changes for Chicago. There's 1:40 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Dumars. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And a quick look at how the Chicago Bulls schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they head back home to host the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Wednesday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors.
When you look ahead, there are a lot of winnable games, but you really can't think that as a player. You have to take every opponent seriously because this is the NBA. No game is a freebie.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, "I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection." And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Edwards. 4-3. And it's New York with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Parker. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. Chicago making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. New York leading by 12. Outside Paul. For three. Sinks the tray.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's the New York Knicks liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Bulls, they've got Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum out there with Johnson, and it's Irving in at the 2.
You know, Giannis has a really good basketball IQ, so he recognizes that taking and making mid-range jumpers is going to help keep the defense honest when they're guarding him.
Tatum inside. Clock at 6. Pass to Jokic. Back to Tatum. Launches it. Tatum! Money from deep.
This is why Tatum is a superstar. His confidence in shooting the ball right away, quick release, money.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Paul against Johnson. Jokic in the post. Shots blocked. Paul against Johnson. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Pass to Jokic. No stopping Jokic in the paint.
Jokic able to play through contact and seems unstoppable when he's that close to the hole.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And again, the Knicks missing.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Left side, Tatum. And it's New York with a rebound. Ewing's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Pippen. Antetokounmpo outside. Off target from 3-point range.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Irving powers it home.
Jason Tatum scores but also creates for his teammates, a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Out left to the wing. Irving against Antetokounmpo. Oh, look at Giannis power in. Bulls trail by 14. Outside Johnson. To the wing on the left. Here's Jokic. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's West. To the left side wing. With the fadeaway. And Malone gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Proving he's more than just a low post threat now. Malone can step outside and get it done with the mid-range game.
Pass to Jokic. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. Here's West. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Can't hit that one. Johnson with the defensive effort. And so Jokic will bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 16-point game. Johnson finds Jokic. Outside Irving. Pass to Tatum. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Johnson from about 19. And again, no good by Chicago. New York leading by 16. Here's West, covered by Johnson. 1:43 left in the final quarter. Pippen, no good. Chicago with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. With the 10-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
Here's the teardrop, and it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. The Bulls trail by 14. Irving, the pass to Duncan. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
Tim Duncan, just an absolute beast at the 4. He lets his play do all of his talking.
Knicks leading by 11. Pass to Pippen. Here's West. Johnson with the defensive effort. Chicago with the ball. 34 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Tatum. The 3 is up. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Here's West. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. We'll see the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat. So with McHale sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. They've got Antetokounmpo. Malone is out there with Ewing. Then there's West, and it's Pippen in at the 3.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
West against Kidd. Here's Shays. Drills it from outside.
You just appreciate how unselfish Kidd is. Outstanding at sharing the ball and playing for his teammates.
Now here's Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls.
Yeah, and Malone excels at putting himself in a great position, really on both ends. Just a dynamite rebounder and interior scorer. Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Now here's Kidd. Outside, Maravich. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by New York. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And I tell you what, the margin of victory speaks for itself in that one. Just a very confident bunch right now, especially in that second half.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Pass to Eaton. Over Ewing. Ewing gets the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now here's Malone. Tipped away. They're running. Here's Shays. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Now here's Malone. Pass to Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. New York, no good that time either.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Outside, Kidd takes the 3. It's hauled in by Ewing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Goes back up. West finds Ewing. Comes up empty down low.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Here's Maravich, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's West. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Pippen with it. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Jason Kidd. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, "Do you have any ideas?" Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Antetokounmpo. And off the glass. That one's good.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Heat leading by 4. Now here's Kidd. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Pettit. It's rebounded by Baylor.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
New York moving it around. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Malone misses.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Pass to Pettit. Clock at 6. Back to Mullen. Fires from deep. Paul grabs the board.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room. And what's unique about Baylor, he can score from a variety of angles and really good off of either shoulder. Just great extension and body control.
And it's Pettit missing. New York trailing. Paul outside. To the paint. Tries from 7. And it's Antetokounmpo with the bucket inside. Giannis has got his second basket of the night.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
And New York making a change here. .43 seconds left to play here in the first. Cowens passes to Pettit. Here's Petrovic. Pass the ball. 5 on the clock. Shoots it. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. 29 seconds left in the first. Outside Dumars. Outside Baylor. Here's Baylor. Right side Dumars. Lets it go from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Miami ahead, leading by just 1. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. They've got Pippen. West is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Ewing, and it's Malone in at the power forward.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That's his first foul. And Miami making a change here. Maravich is checked in. Six on the shot clock. Shays can't hit. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Lets it go from 11. Pippen can't hit. Miami trailing. Outside Kidd. Here's Eaton, defended by West. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Clock at 4. Here's Maravich. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Here's Antetokounmpo. Shays with the rebound. And it's the Heat with the ball. Pass to Maravich. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Patrick Ewing.
And when you think of Maravich, his ball handling and passing comes to mind. He's really sublime and unique in those categories.
Maravich hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Ewing outside. From deep, Antetokounmpo. And it's Miami with the rebound. Eaton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Barry the pass to Kidd. Pass to Barry. The 3. And it's Malone with the rebound. Pippen outside. West outside. Lets it go with the three. Drains the three-pointer. West has got the lead up to 2 now for the Knicks.
And that's what you get when you combine the range and just his overall confidence. Mr. Outside.
For three, Maravich. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And Pippen gets it to go.
Lethal from the mid-range. Pippen doesn't need much airspace to feel comfortable with that jumper.
Pass to Shades for three. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He nailed 2 from distance in the opening period. Now gets this one.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. The Knicks making a switch here. Baylor's checked in. Shays has gone 4 of 6 from the floor here tonight. Giannis outside. Back to West. New York moving it around. Pass to Baylor. Launches it. Eaton grabs the miss. Eaton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Barry. And the rejection by Giannis. Kidd passes to Shades. It's rebounded by New York. Ewing's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Back to Giannis. Ewing kicks to Baylor. They set the screen. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by Kidd. Antetokounmpo, no good. And it's the Heat with the ball. They trail by 1. Now Kidd. He has yet to score. Shays can't hit.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
West kicks to Ewing. Malone looking around. Pass to West. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. 1:14 left here in the second. And here's Maravich. And here is Kidd. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Ewing. Ewing's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's West, taken away by Kidd. And now running up the court, Kidd pushing it up. 34 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Shades. Over West. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Shays has got 13.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
West outside. Pass to Malone. Trying to get something going. No good at the rim. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Heat lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days? Moving right along now to the Miami Heat, they find themselves in a close contest at the half.
The energy in their hometown.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Heat with the lead. Jason Kidd is out there with Maravich. Then there's Barry. And it's Eaton in at center. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Goes up again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Eaton's got the first points of the second half here for the Heat.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Pippen. Just 5 to shoot. Giannis with the dunk and throwing it down hard.
And his athleticism comes through in all kinds of ways. You've got to be nimble to make moves like Giannis.
Kidd passes to Maravich. A three-pointer off the mark. New York trailing. On the wing, Giannis. Maravich defending, and Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Pass to Shea. There's a good screen to the middle. Malone with the steal. It's Pippen on the wing. Malone sets the pick for West. A three-pointer, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And here's Maravich for three. Good, and the assist to Kidd. Kidd's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's why they call him the Pistol. One of the most entertaining scorers in the game, and finding that one from deep.
Ewing sets a screen for Malone. It's blocked.
And having Eaton protecting the rim, that's about the same as building a brick wall around the basket. Just nothing gets over him. What an intimidator down low.
There's the pick. Back to Kidd. Three-pointer. Knicks with the rebound. Malone's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's West. It's hauled in by Barry. And here's Miami. A 2-point game. Outside Kidd. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And the basket by Shea.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Timeout, timeout.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Ewing finds Giannis. Outside Pippen. West outside. Jacks up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. West has got 6.
I mean, that's what I'd call the prototype. When you talk about catching and shooting, West squares those shoulders, elbow in perfect alignment. Money.
For 3, Maravich sinks the three-pointer. Maravich has got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Pippen, the pass to Malone. From deep, Giannis. It's hauled in by the Heat. Eaton's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra.
Timeout, timeout.
He wants to talk to his guys.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Maravich against Giannis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Joe Dumars, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now here's Kidd. He's tightly guarded. Dumars against Mullen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one goes. Count it. Mullen's got the lead up to 8 now for Miami.
You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
Paul passes to Baylor. All up top. Maravich defending. The shot's good from Paul.
Well, you think because of his frame, it would be easy to knock Chris Paul off balance, but this guy has concentration and tenacity. Really good job keeping his focus.
Pass to Maravich. Mullen with the ball. The shot. Great look, but off the mark.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Dumars kicks to Paul. It's up a 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Outside Kidd. Now, here is Maravich. Offline with his 3.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Paul with the ball. Outside Dumars. And so it's Miami with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And we'll be right back after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So with Ewing sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. They've got Malone. Antetokounmpo is out there with Paul. Then there's Pippen. And it's Cambion at the center, locking down the middle. Fast break, here they come. Here's Barry. And he finished it off with a lay-in. Barry's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, Rick Barry puts pressure on an opponent any way he can, and one of the easiest ways to do that is on the break. He was ready for that one.
Paul with the 3. Pettit grabs the board. Miami leading by 8. Here's Barry. Pass to Petrovic. The 3. And no good that time. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Merciless move by Scotty with the ball, completely unbalancing the defender.
Maravich, he's checked in for the Heat. Kidd comes in for Ball. Ewing's checked in for New York. Now the Heat with it. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And here's Maravich for 3. Ewing gets the rebound. Ewing's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Paul dishes to Ewing. Malone, the pass to Giannis. Back to Malone. Some nice passing by New York here. The shot's good from Paul.
Well, we all know Chris Paul has a consistent three-point shot.
Outside Kidd. Outside Maravich. Back to Kidd. Pass to Pettit from deep. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so Giannis will bring it up for the New York Knicks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Paul outside. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. West is checked in for the Knicks. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off. Guys?
Thank you, David. Kidd kicks to Maravich. Shoots the three. Craps in the tray. Maravich has got 10 points here in the second half.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Malone, left side, trying to get open is Pippen. Another shot, and it's Miami with the rebound. Barry's got his 4th rebound in this one. Maravich, and the layup falls. Now it's a 5-point Miami lead.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Outside Pippen. From the arc. Eaton grabs the miss. Eaton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Outside Kidd. Maravich with a screen on West. Kidd passes to Shea. There's the three. It's rebounded by New York. It's Pippen on the wing. He's covered by Kidd. Pass to West. Malone outside. Ewing left side. It's hauled in by the Heat. Eaton's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's the screen. For three, Maravich with the fadeaway. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And it's slammed in by Malone.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Now, here is Maravich. Puts up a deep three. And Pippen pulls it down.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
And the basket by West.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Pass to Barry. Good in the assist to Kidd. Barry's got 7 now in this quarter.
And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from West.
And really, just when the fans were starting to get into this game, how about the silencer at the other end for a potential game-saving three?
Giannis against Maravich. Giannis kicks to Ewing to tie it up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's Maravich. It's in!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. .35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they'll get another chance. Ewing. So good on that one. And an intentional foul right there. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
There's 25 seconds left in the game, and he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
.24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New York, no good that time either. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And it's desperation time now.
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. They need the quickest shot possible.
And so it's Miami winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. It's the Orlando Magic facing the Golden State Warriors. So a look at our starters for Orlando. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Wade in at the shooting guard position. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one.
And nice read, as usual, by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Yeah, Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. And he said when you watch film on Karl Anthony Towns, his size is impressive. But when you're actually standing next to him, he looks a whole lot bigger. And he knows how to use that size on the blocks and on the perimeter, which makes him an especially tough cover. Brian?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Orlando is shooting their first free throws of the game now. He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And just about a minute into this first quarter. Pass to Allen. Releases. Towns with a rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Robertson. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Oh, that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
He's turned it over twice pretty quickly. Time to refocus.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Count it.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
Here's Wade. Towns a screen on Allen. To the left wing. Towns a screen on Durant. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Allen, left side. Here's Howard. And the ball out of play. The Magic will have it. Here's Robertson. Pass to Wade. Over Allen. Orlando again missing. And here are the Warriors now. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. First quarter of ball. Almost 2.5 minutes in. Can't hit the step back Jay. Here's Hill. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
And the Warriors call time here. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Orlando. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Howard, the screen. Lets a floater go. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points. Magic trail by 3. Pass to Robertson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good. So he gets them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Here's Wade. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Warriors leading. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Allen outside. Pass to Durant. Lets the three fly. O'Neal pulls it in. And Carroll with it. No points so far. Here's Wade. Gets an open look and hits it.
And Dwayne Wade sees the floor so well, just rising up and knocking down the jump shot.
Now Durant. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Howard, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. With the teardrop. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Shooting two.
And he makes a first.
And the growth that Shea has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved, but he's adding to his game.
And the Magic making a change here. Brown's checked in. Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
Pass to Wade. And he's going for the lob. Throw it down on the lob.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. A minute 29 left in the first.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focus all the way through the play.
Banchero. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
Here's Nash. Pass to Durant. Fires for three. Orlando with the rebound. Here's Brown. To the middle. The jump hook. Chalk up two there. O'Neal's got 5 now.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Warriors trail by 5. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Durant. Rebound by the Magic. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds in the game. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense. And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And the Warriors with possession. They trail by 7. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Pass to Nash. Down low. Here's Durant. It's deflected. And so it's Orlando closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Warriors trail by 7. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's Wallace in at the 3, a small forward. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Nash misses. So it's Orlando now. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Brown looking around. And the jam by Brown.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Outside Butler. Pass to Nash. Back to Butler. The 3 is up. Now with a rebound.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Mitchell. It's tipped. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Magic leading by 7. Outside, Hill. On the wing, Mitchell. No good with a jumper from the wing. Hill against Butler from outside the arc. Ooh, Jimmy Butler cashing in from distance.
Man, look out when Jimmy Butler feels confident and comfortable from deep.
There's a screen. It's Brown on the wing. Watched by Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Warriors trail by 4. Inside. And it's Howard finishing it off.
I think that's Dwight Howard's favorite play. He loves going up for the oop. Outstanding chemistry between him and his teammate there.
And Caro surveys. Mitchell at close range. Effortless.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Back to Butler. Puts up a 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Orlando calls timeout. Orlando leading. Out to the right wing. Shoots a fadeaway. And no good, trying to use the glass. And the Warriors with possession. A big stretch here going, 10-2. Here's Nash. He's scoreless. Golden State needs to get off a shot. They get it back. Tries yet again. Again, Golden State.
Yeah, not easy trying to keep Howard off the offensive boards. He excels at using his muscles and his size to get great positioning.
Here's Wade. Pass to Robertson. Outside, Hill. There's the three. Warriors with the rebound. Left side, Butler. Oh, deflected. Here's Robertson. Banchero, no good.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
And so Banchero will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And the officials call a traveling violation. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Golden State Warriors. On Thursday, they'll start out on the road to play the Bucks in Milwaukee. Then on Friday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Sacramento Kings.
They're looking at a lot of road contests in the next stretch, but this squad has been very good away from home, and I think that continues.
Timeout called, the Warriors. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's checked in for the Warriors. .149 left in the half. McAdoo, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Deflected. The kick to Durant from downtown. They get it back. The three ball. KD from KD. Wow.
And just when you think he might have drifted too far out, Durant with his legendary touch proves you wrong.
1:19 left to play in the first half. Here's Wade. Towns on a screen. They still need this. And it's in there. Wade's got his second bucket on the night.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Here's Durant, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And that one right there, that's the play with KD and that rip through. That move is so good that the league started to consider how they'd rewrite the rule book for guys reaching in.
Shooting 2.
That free throw misses.
I mean, there's no doubt that Kevin Durant is still one of the most lethal long-range players in the game today.
O'Neal, he's checked in for Orlando. Hill comes in for Jaylen Brown. Good on the second one. 50 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Robertson. Into the lane. Just 5 to shoot. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And he slams it in one-handed.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Pass to Wade. Over Butler. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Here's Wade. It's good.
Did he get it off in
It
time?
counts at the buzzer.
That's a feel-good.
Wow. They needed that boost going into halftime. They were starting to look a little disorganized.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Warriors on top, up by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. On the court for the Magic, they've got Karl-Anthony Towns, and it's O'Neal in at the center position. Howard, the screen. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got 5 rebounds in the game. For the tie, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
You have to respect how Dwayne Wade gets outstanding position and then makes the defense foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
First one falls.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
And it's tied up with that one. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Allen outside. Three-pointer. Towns with a rebound. Pass to Robertson. Ooh, Howard with a block.
Well, Dwight Howard still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one away.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Warriors miss again.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Here's Robertson. Pass to O'Neal. To the paint. Here's Wade. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Magic lead by 2.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Durant tipped.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
Really can't say enough about just how good Wade is at catching the D off guard and getting himself to the free throw line.
This is his second trip to the line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. And he makes both free throws. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8 points now.
Timeout, timeout.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Golden State calls timeout. Now here's Durant. Allen outside. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's Wade. Allen defending. Wade, that's good. Wade's got 6 here in the quarter.
Everything falling for Wade right now. It's got to be in his team's best interest to keep finding him.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Off target at the rim. Orlando leading by 3. And they're on the break. Moving it up. Tipped away. Takes a 3. Robertson's shot is off.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8 points now. 6 to shoot. The kick to Durant. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. O'Neal's got rebound number 8 now.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Here's Garnett. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Allen. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Allen's got 5.
Good to see Gilgeous-Alexander's playmaking evolving here, wanting to get it to the open teammate.
Pass to Robertson. He can't hit that time. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander.
His offensive output just isn't there tonight, but his teammates have found a way to pick up the slack.
Back to Allen for the lead. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Hill. Towns outside. There's the triple. Warriors with the rebound. Howard's got 6 rebounds in the game. Durant, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander sinks a big one. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
Timeout, timeout.
Orlando calls timeout.
Start it.
And the Warriors going with a whole new group out there. Pass to Robertson. They set the pick from deep. On target from range. Robertson's got 7. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Now here's Butler. He's got 6. Here's Nash. Jacks up with 3. Knocks down the triple.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
Here's Banchero. Outside Mitchell. Back to Banchero. Fades back. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Nash. From behind the arc. Wallace misses. Here's Robertson. He's got 7.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. 1 second left. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Orlando ahead, up by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Orlando leading. We've got Jimmy Butler, and it's Nash in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. To the inside. Picked it out of midair. Wallace left side. Shoots over Brown. Offensive rebound. Here's Nash. 6 on the shot clock. Butler on the wing. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando with the ball. Brown with it. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Warriors called timeout.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what the Warriors coach was going over with his guys. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's McAdoo. Drills the baseline jumper. McAdoo's gotten his first points in this one.
Just a bad time for a defensive breakdown, and he really took advantage.
You might see this in the early part of the game, but at this stage in the game, that's just really something unacceptable. He's a great mid-range scorer.
One of the better three-point shooting bigs, Towns has great accuracy.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. It's rebounded by Banchero. Magic leading by 4. Pass to Wade. Towns a screen on Butler. Wade. And another basket for Orlando.
Excellent use in the mid-range area. You know that's one of his favorite shots.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's SGA. Here's McAdoo. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Mitchell. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
Pass to Towns. And here's Brown. Back to Towns. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Magic lead by 6.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Outside Durant. On the take, Durant. Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got 5 rebounds in the game. Brown against Butler. Brown passes to Banchero. Warriors with the rebound.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
For 3, Durant. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Timeout. Magic. Both teams will make substitutions. Magic leading by 3. Here's Robertson. Screen by O'Neal. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And the second free throw is good.
Not a perfect trip to the line, but at least he made this game a 2-possession affair.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Karl-Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Wade misses. Warriors trail by 4. Garnett passes to Allen. Here's Garnett. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. The fader. And it's Orlando with a rebound. O'Neal's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to Wade. Fires the 3. O'Neal with it. Allen defending. Howard on the double team. Here's Robertson. 4 on the clock. The Magic need to put one up here. Second chance effort. It's hauled in by Garnett. Garnett's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Howard in the high post. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
and he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
For three, Allen, cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Three-pointer off the mark.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
20 seconds left in the game. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Coming up clutch there at the line, making it a 2-possession game.
Golden State calls timeout. They're behind by 5. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
Money! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within 3!
Gilgeous-Alexander going to celebrate that one.
12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
Timeout called, the Warriors. They're losing by 5. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
For 3, Allen. Allen on the wing. Fires the 3. That one no good. Here's Wade. So the Magic win it. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. And time now to present our player of the game.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. We've got the San Antonio Spurs and the Sacramento Kings. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Olajuwon is out there at Malone. Then it's Nowitzki. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Cousy in at the point guard. This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Here's Cousy. Olajuwon outside. Pass to Thompson from past the arc. Wembanyama with the rebound. Outside Leonard. George against Malone. And there's Paul George on the assist from Leonard.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Here's Cousy. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. And it's Sacramento's ball. 4-point game. And that one's good. James.
No question James has the green light from anywhere. That mid-range is just another area where he's dangerous.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is George. Pass to Wembanyama. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Cousy passes to Thompson. Here's Olajuwon. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Here's Leonard. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Thompson looking for an opening. Pass to Nowitzki. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Kings. Now Wembanyama. James right side. Six to shoot. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Not a fast start here for the Spurs. They trail by 3. Spurs passing it around. Outside, Malone. Fires away from way outside. And Dirk Nowitzki hits from deep. Nowitzki's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Spurs. Nowitzki's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. LeBron dishes to Rodman. LeBron outside. Pulls it from the elbow. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. LeBron's gone 1 of 3 on the night. From outside the arc, they grab their own miss. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound. And then the skill to send that one home.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. And the Kings making a change here. Drexler's checked in. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. LeBron outside. Can they get it? And finished off by LeBron.
Man, LeBron James, the king, can still fly.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Some changes for Sacramento. Hayes, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Kevin Love comes in for Dennis Rodman. And Artest subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. 3-pointers to Stojakovic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And Stojakovic, a super sniper. He can knock it down from anywhere, but the 3-ball is his specialty. And
Hayes kicks to Artest. Drexler outside. Good work defensively by Carter.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Pass to Stojakovic. And here is Parrish. Here is Carter. 5 to shoot. No good from outside. James, the pass to Drexler. Shot from 12. Connects. The jumper drops. James has got 6.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Walton a screen on James. And here's Price for 3. It's hauled in by the Kings.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Pass to LeBron. 52 seconds left to play in the first. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Now Stojakovic. Walton a screen on Artest. Shots good by Stojakovic.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Price against LeBron. Drexler outside. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Walton a screen on Drexler. Pass to Parrish. Over Hayes. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Kings ahead. They lead by a bucket. And the second quarter will get underway. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. They've got Malone. He's out there with Olajuwon. Peja Stojakovic is out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Kuzi in at the point.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And Olajuwon drops them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Pass to Rodman. Back to Leonard. Shoots it up. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
You set him up more often than not. Leonard will knock him down.
Here's Kuzi. No scoring in this one. Thompson from long range. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. Rose passes to Wembanyama. Sacramento moving it around. And here's Rose outside. Thompson with the rebound.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Kuzi. He's covered by Rose. Kuzi passes to Malone. Olajuwon on the wing. Over Wembanyama. Sacramento grabs the miss. Wembanyama has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into fouling.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. LeBron's checked in for Rose. The Spurs also with the sub. Nowitzki's checked in for Stojakovic. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Kuzi. Still scoreless. Now, here is Olajuwon. Over LeBron, and the rejection by LeBron.
Merciless swat by LeBron, not wasting the chance to make a statement with his defense.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Yes, that goes in. LeBron's got the lead up to 6 now for Sacramento.
And you know James isn't thinking twice about that shot. Knows he has the green light. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
First trip to the line for him here. And he makes the first.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Thompson outside. Malone in the corner. Pass to Nowitzki. Here's Kuzi. On the wing, Malone. Now Nowitzki. Over Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Thompson for the triple. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from him.
The shot by George, wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. George has got 7 points. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Ellis is checked in for the Kings. Robert Parrish is checked in for the Spurs. Spurs trail by 11. Thompson outside. Can they get it? Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Pass to Nowitzki. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
LeBron kicks to Leonard. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Tries yet again. The shot, no good. Some solid D from Nowitzki. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is investing heavily in Africa. Spurs coach Greg Popovich said, every year it seems there are more and more African players in the league. It's become a very important part of the scouting world and the development in worldwide basketball. Kevin, the Basketball Without Borders program and NBA Africa are bearing fruit.
It's been successful, that's for sure. Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Klay Thompson. Timeout called by the Kings.
Start it.
And some changes here for the Kings. Love check in for Rodman. Artest comes in for Leonard. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Ellis. Price against James. James absorbing hits on the drive.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Price, the pass to Stojakovic. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Stojakovic with it. He has 5. Price outside. Clock at 6. Here's Stojakovic. Rebound by Ron Artest. Kings leading now by 12. Pass to James. Over Walton. And it's Reed pulling it down. San Antonio with the ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Price kicks to Stojakovic. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. And here's our test. For three, Love. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Sacramento up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Welcome. You know what I was just thinking about, fellas? The NBA has lots of bright lights, maybe too bright for some.
Speaking of bright, Ernie, can we wear sunglasses on the set? You know, I'm looking at Shaq's head, and it's really that wax he put on his head. Oh, my God, it's just...
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Kings.
They're doing a nice job of getting...
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
So with Love on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. Rodman is out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Paul George. Then it's James. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Down low. And Rodman with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Here's Malone. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. Kicks it out to James. The tray. James cooking from deep.
Oh, filling it up. James doing it all.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 10.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Rodman passes to James. Here's the floater. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Thompson outside. A 3-ball. Thompson with the 3.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Wembanyama with the bounce pass. Pass to Leonard. Takes a 3. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman. Rodman's got 4 assists in the game. Kuzi passes to Olajuwon. And here is Nowitzki. He's covered by Leonard. It's Nowitzki on the wing. 10 points for him. Leonard with the steal. Here's LeBron, and the dunk by LeBron.
Leonard's huge hands and quick instincts help him grab a ton of steals.
Spurs trail by 16. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Malone a screen on James. The putback. Rodman grabs the miss.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Wembanyama. And the three off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Stolen by George. Inside. And the dunk by LeBron.
And some serious ingenuity from Leonard there. He sees the opening and then just makes the right read.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Kuzi. Still yet to score. Thompson outside. Will it go? Good on the three-point shot.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And we've got a lineup change here for Sacramento. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Reedy's checked in for Olajuwon. Walton comes in for Karl Malone. Peja Stojakovic, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And it's Carter in for Thompson. The shot's good from Love.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
1:51 left to play here in the third. And then Carter with the dunk.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Now Rose. Here's Drexler. He can't get that one to fall. Here's Kuzi. Pass to Walton. Carter at the elbow. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Kings. On Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Portland Trail Blazers.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
Artests, he's checked in for Sacramento. Price looking it over for the three. No good that time. And it's Drexler with the ball for the Kings. Over in the corner, Rose. 46 seconds left in the third. Love finds Rose, and Rose throws it down.
And one of the all-time high-risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose can still throw it down.
Carter outside. Good D by Love. Sacramento leading by 17. Here's Drexler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Bill Walton. Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Drexler. 19 seconds left to play in the third. Now here is Carter. Pass to Price. Fires the three. It's not going to go for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Sacramento. They finish off the third quarter on a 14-6 run. And right after... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. They've got Olajuwon. Walton is out there with Peja Stojakovic. Then there's Carter. And it's Price in at the point. Just 5 on the clock. Artest kicks to Love. No good on the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Price outside. Walton a screen on Rose. And here's Price for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Price has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Rose with the ball. It's Hayes, top of the key. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Price dishes to Stojakovic. Back to Price. Walton a screen on Rose. And here's Price from beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Outside Leonard. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. That shot is off. Good D by Olajuwon. Pass to Stojakovic. Back to Price. Olajuwon with the ball. Working on Hayes. It's good.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
Kings leading now by 12. They set the pick. And here's Leonard from 3. Sacramento again missing. Price outside. Carter sets the pick for Price. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. From the wing. Shots good by Drexler.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Carter. Over Drexler. And it's Carter missing. Carter's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Back to Drexler. Sacramento moving it around. Here's Rodman. Now, here's Drexler. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. Hayes. The basket good off the assist from Drexler. And the Kings lead by 16. Carter, the pass to Price. Screen by Walton. There's the triple. And it's Price missing.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
No good on the free throw. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pros?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
James outside. Over Kuzi. James, no good. Spurs trail by 17. Kuzi passes to Olajuwon. On the wing, Malone. Olajuwon inside. Wembanyama on him. From 8, and Olajuwon finishes inside. Olajuwon's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Nowitzki against Leonard. Kicks it out to Rodman. Wembanyama looking it over. Here's James. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Kuzi. James defending. Nowitzki for 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rodman outside. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game? And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
Kuzi can't hit, and so James will bring it up for Sacramento. Well, this one is winding down now. Sacramento can run out the clock. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, LeBron James.